The topic today is Your Magnificence is Vital. Now, magnificence in the Merriam-Webster dictionary was stated as the quality or state of being. And from dictionary.com I found it as stating, making a splendid appearance. And when I think of a state of being, I think of who I am, my state of me, my state of me. And when I think of appearance, making that splendid appearance, it's how I show up being an example of my magnificence in my own unique, individualized way. There's no one in this universe that can express something as I do uniquely, or as each and every one of you do uniquely.
So I saw this word magnificence and I said, I've seen this somewhere before. So I decided, okay, I got to look around on the internet. And I went to csl.org. And the headquarters website I found, our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. How's that for a purpose? Is that awesome? That's awesome. So, this is our joy as the spiritual directors to facilitate and to guide and to allow each one to reach their highest potential, to find their highest level, to know their inner divine truth, who they are as an individualized expression of the one infinite source. And I don't care what name you choose to call it, because it's all the same energy, it's all the same light. But it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop with Ed and I. It goes on to you. Because then as you become your magnificent self, you step out into the world. And this is like the pebbles on the pond. When you drop the pebble in the pond and the rings go out like that. Well, think of the pond as spirit. And you see this beautiful, clear, level water. And then you see these two pebbles, Ed and myself, falling into the water. And you see the rings start to radiate out. And then each one of you, individualized, drops into that pond. And there's that further radiation out. It's a power. It's a grand idea. It's the growth of something personally that expands into the world and makes you bigger and larger as who you are. So I found another way of saying magnificence is grand or noble in thought. Grand or noble in thought or deed. We need to make sure that our thoughts are grand and are noble. Thomas Troward reminds us in the following: belief in limitation is the one and only thing that causes limitation. Because we thus impress limitation upon the creative principle, what we call the law. And in proportion, as we lay that belief aside, our boundaries will expand, increasing life and more abundant blessings will be ours.
So magnificence also reminds me of the qualities of God. Now, there are many of you in this room who have taken classes, and I know if I asked you, you would give me that list like that. But to save time, I will say them some very quickly. That's peace, that's joy, that's compassion, prosperity, surety, clarity, and so on.
And so on, right?
And so on.
These are the qualities of God, the infinite, the divine, the universal one mind, all the different names that we think, the thing itself. I love that one, good old Ernest. First chapter in the science of mind, the thing itself. But how about this? Opulence, perseverance, strength, beauty, perfection, wholeness, completeness. All of these are words for the divine. And you know, everyone here and everyone throughout the cosmos possesses all of those qualities.
Everyone possesses all of the essences of God because we were created with these essences. These are embedded. They're embedded in the core of who we are, the core of our being, because we're all one with the One. We are all children of the Most High. And by being one with the One, it is your birthright. It is each and every one of you have a birthright to be the recipient of all of that divine flow of the essence of Spirit. It is yours because you are special. Each and every one of you are special. Now, how many of these essences, qualities that do you feel you embody and share with the world? Think about that for all of them. Good for you. How many of them do you use? How many of them do you use or live as you show up anywhere? Think about that. You have two. Okay, two. And you know, they're all there. They all make each and every one of us up. Now, what I would like you to do for the next 15 or 20 seconds, center yourself quickly and think about yourself. If you want to close your eyes, and select one magnificent quality or gift you possess and express as you appear in your daily life. Now, I'll say one other thing before I stop talking. It doesn't matter, not if you judge it as something being small or insignificant, or even if you can't find it right now, because for some, just showing up means you are open to your magnificence. So if you wish, close your eyes, think of something within you that you express. One thing. When you have it, open your eyes so I know. Okay. Now, turn to your neighbor and take turns proclaiming your magnificence to each other in one or two words. And if you would like, look into that person's eyes. And if there's not enough of you, 3 of you do it. Go ahead, you have a few seconds to do that. Proclaim your magnificence. Say 1 or 2 words.
Okay, that's a lot more than 1 or 2 words. So we got a lot of magnificence going on here, right? I love this. How does it feel? How does it feel to proclaim your magnificence? How does that feel? Doesn't that feel great? Isn't that awesome? So ask yourself, how important is it that I claim this magnificence? That I claim this magnificence. How important is it that you claim this magnificence? Look how this just made you feel. Just this moment. So you have to do that even on those times when you're not feeling magnificent, right? When you're not feeling that higher self. This is the time to remember, but wait a minute. I know on Sunday I said I was magnificent in this, and I can remember that, and I can feel that. So you can go back to it. Isn't that awesome? We can take that. We can keep it with us. You know what?
Fake it till you make it.
Ah, fake it till you make it. So those are those moments. I've heard that before. Yes, absolutely. So I went into the next step because I wanted to know more. As we feel this magnificence, we know all this. I went in and said, okay, so how do I use this magnificence? So I thought, maybe I need to go back to the csl.org website and see what's next. And what I saw was next was our vision is a world that works for everyone. A world that works for everyone. So if we see a world that works for everyone, which can seem ominous to many people, it seems like, oh, I don't know, that's a lot to say, right? But if we recognize that each one of us just found some magnificence in this moment, that we can each radiate that magnificence out to the world, and in so doing, lift each one up all around us. So taking that out, because we're in the midst of a paradigm shift. We hear this all the time. There's been paradigm shift, right? We saw a financial crisis, and that was a paradigm shift of the financial level. We've seen quantum physics come in, and they've been struggling along for a long time, but now it's becoming more of a forefront thing. It's taking away from that old idea of the mechanistic idea of physics. That old idea that we are all clockwork machines and that everything works in this way that works according to the Newtonian ideas. Well, those ideas don't have answers to everything, but through quantum physics, they're getting answers to these things. They're moving forward in these ideas. So things are changing, things are shifting. Your magnificent gift is bringing the world that works for everyone.
And that brings me to a story that I'd like to share with you, the story about Gandhi. And here it is. One day, while Gandhi was boarding a train, one of his sandals fell from his foot and landed near the railroad track. But there was no time for him to retrieve the sandal as the train began to pull out of the station. Just then, Gandhi took off the other sandal and casted it out so that it landed near the first sandal. Now, when a stunned fellow passenger asked him why he did such a thing, Gandhi replied, "The poor man who finds it will have a pair he can use." Whether this story is fact or fiction, I wanted to share it with you, really, because it is so consistent with Gandhi's words and actions, and it has within it a very valuable lesson to all of us about compassion and charity. Those, I feel, are qualities that one might consider magnificent. To be a compassionate person, to be a charitable person, to me, that's making a splendid appearance. That's showing up and giving a splendid appearance. It is really important when we become all aware of our goodness, all aware of our qualities, all aware of our essences, and share them with everyone around you. To me, it's like opening up a gift. I'm sure every one of you has opened up a gift. So think back to that moment, to the experience of the joy of opening that gift and the excitement of it, seeing what's inside the package. Does that relate to anybody? Yes. Okay. Now imagine not opening the gift and never ever experiencing that joy or that excitement of whatever was in that unwrapped package that's not being shared. So if you look at the wrapped gift as your magnificence, your magnificence, your magnificence, you would be cheating the world by not unwrapping and sharing your gifts, which is your magnificence, which is your magnificence. It must be shared.
So I headed back again to the CSL website, csl.org, and I went on to see our mission. And our mission is to provide spiritual tools for personal and global transformation. Do we do that here? Share spiritual tools? right? We do, right? Yeah, okay, good. I've seen some of your faces in class, so I know we do definitely share spiritual tools, and we know what those are. Meditation, all of those different things that help us to get to that higher place and get to that higher place within us. So why is this vital? Why is it vital that we have this toolbox of all of these spiritual tools? Is it because sometimes we're in a world that has a sense of duality and we forget our oneness with our source? Would that be one reason? Could you agree with me on that one?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's important for our own personal growth. Because our personal growth is what brings forth even more magnificence, right? I mean, if we found even one or two things in this magnificence exercise that we just did, think of, as we continue to do this growth, as we continue to grow ourselves, we learn to empower ourselves, we learn to stand strong in who we are as individualized expression of the divine, that more magnificence keeps coming out. Creativity, beauty, perfection, wholeness, all of those things we spoke of. So knowing your importance as an individualized expression of the one universal mind. Knowing your magnificence is just an extension of that one infinite source. This helps to bring your magnificence into the world. These spiritual practices, these beliefs, all of these things bring you to that level.
I just thought of something, another way of looking at magnificence. That's your inner light. That is your inner light. Let it shine. Don't hide it. Don't make it small. Let it burn brightly. Be that beacon. So that just came to my mind, so now I'll get back to what I originally was going to say. So by sharing your magnificence, that act brings everything to a higher vibration of peace, a higher vibration of harmony and positiveness. And I really believe this is one of the greatest gifts that each and every one of you can give to all humanity. And I found a reading from the Daily Word that was dated August 14th, 2013. And I will read it. It said, "My gifts. I allow my natural gifts to flourish. I am abundantly blessed. Spirit has equipped me with natural talents and abilities that I demonstrate easily and joyfully. I may have the gift of hospitality, working with numbers, or creating art. I may be able to inspire others through imaginative storytelling or designing, can't even get this word, new technology for the ones who know me, new technology. That was tough for me to say. Some gifts may come in disguise. Some gifts may come in disguise. I may need to work hard and practice diligently to discover them. I do my best to develop and polish my natural abilities. Allowing my gifts to flourish is part of my spiritual growth. I do not compare my abilities to others, but rather seek to express them fully in my own unique way. I give my gifts to make a positive difference in my life and the lives of others. And what gleamed for me in this reading, bottom line, is to share my gifts. Share my magnificence. But also realizing at times we forget some of the gifts that are already ours. All of the magnificence that we have within us. Thus, we don't share them because we lose awareness of them at times. So my charge to each and every one here is as follows. Today and every day, know your magnificence and share them with the entire world, the entire cosmos. And as Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see. And so it is.